Howdy, I'm Brian with Maximum Libertarian. I'm right here on Rumble. I'm on X, and I'm also on uh, YouTube. So if you're watching me on one of the three, please follow me there uh, or subscribe. Make sure you like the video and share the video and all that good stuff. Well, today, obviously, it won't be that long of a video. I've got like it's trying to do this whole new setup. I've got my camera over here, and then I got my screen over there, but I need to put another screen up here because the old eyes, you know what I'm saying? Can't see them like I used to. But thank you so much for taking the time, if you're watching, to tune in. Really, the thing that I want to talk about is I think, and he's been coming across my timeline for some reason, is the self proclaimed knucklehead Tim Walz. He is the governor of Minnesota, I believe, the former uh, Democrat nominee for vice president in this last election cycle. He's done and now, I guess all of them, Governor Newsom, now Governor Walz, they're all going out trying to make their pitch because, they're the leader that we all need here in the great United States of America. But as many of you might or might not know, I don't think many of the leaders are that very, they're not that good, if you will. So, but Governor Walz, self proclaimed knucklehead, he made a couple comments and it came across my X feed at We Are Max Lib. And I just want to play it real quick. So let me go down here and we're going to pull up his presentation. And there's another one that we're going to be discussing in a minute. Hold on. Oh, there's Tesla stock and ABC News. There's Maximum Libertarian. So we go down here. So we go here. So let's go over to. So how you guys been doing today? I've been doing good. So we're gonna go over to the Maximum Libertarian X page. Boy, this is having a good time, aren't you? Defend the guard at lost here in Virginia, but we'll get to that in a minute. And right here is the presentation that the wonderful Tim Walz did. So let's unmute it.
Stock out. I added Tesla to give me a little. It's saying on my phone. I don't know. Some of you know this on the iPhone. They've got that little stock app. I added Tesla to give me a little boost during the day. 225 and dropping. So, and if you own one, we're not blaming you. You can take dental floss and pull the Tesla thing off, and take out. Just telling you. It's saying on my phone. I don't know. Some of you know this on the iPhone. They've got that.
So, my friends, with that, what I wanted to share with you is he's so excited that the Tesla stock is at 225 and dropping. If you want to have a boost in your day, that's what you need to do, is go do that. Reality is there's a lot of people that are wanting to retire, that are retired, that the pensions have Tesla stocks in it. So when you sit there and celebrate Tesla's stock going down, you're pretty much celebrating that the working class that's hoping and benefiting, that can't get the insider trading like many in Congress get, you're celebrating their loss in the stock market. And as long as they can eat cat food and dog food and all that good stuff, and the socialists like Tim Walz, who's a self-proclaimed socialist. I mean, he said it during the election. What was it? Socialism is being nice to your neighbor, that's stupid. He's an idiot. How's he getting elected? It's the voter. You can't blame the politicians no more. It's the voters. We're in the situation because if you're watching this and you voted for one of them, well, what you need to do is get behind individuals that you can believe in. And if you don't like any of them, then you run. That's the only option. But then, of course, see, you've built this whole foundation of, well, independents can't win, third parties can't win. You fulfill the self-fulfilling prophecy. But as you can see, Mr. Walz is so glad, and he speaks just like a true Democrat. For some reason, somehow, the Democrat Party has walked away from the working class and is cheering on this situation. Also, if Tesla was to somehow falter and go out of business, globally, I've looked up, it's 140,000 employees. And then it's 70,000 here in the United States. That's a rough estimate. So you're celebrating losing good paying jobs around the world and here at home. You're celebrating the pensions of individuals. What am I supposed to say? What are we supposed to say? Don't vote Democrat. Or they need new leadership. Because the new leadership that they got, my friends, is sadly individuals like Mr. David Hogg, who, as y'all saw when I first came on, and I was jumping around, here he is. What does he have to say? David Hogg's post 3 days ago. It's refreshing to see some goddamn leadership. Just be honest with people and acknowledge reality. Take accountability and let's focus on improving the future. Tim Walz is the best. That's your new DNC vice chair pushing an idiot to be the goddamn leadership that you want. That is insane. And anyone that's going to try to tell you otherwise is stupid. You know, as I see, I want to point that out real quick. That's the AOC artwork. It just says war because AOC and many of the Democrat ilk, just like the Republicans, love war. And as I was talking about earlier, Defend the Guard failed here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. All the Republicans voted for it. All the Democrats voted against it. And what the Defend the Guard is saying, it is saying for the National Guard of the state to be able to go overseas in a conflict, Congress has to do their job and declare war. We have not declared war since World War II. We've been in many conflicts: Vietnam, Korea, Afghanistan, Iraq. Nothing's been declared. But we've got a ton of soldiers, a ton of veterans that are here at home with PTSD, with missing limbs, that are in the grave sites around the country because we were fighting in a war that folks like AOC pushes. Folks like Tim Walz, yeah, sure, he was a vet, and that's fine. He retired right when it was time to go on deployment. I mean, Bush was a bad airman. He was in the Air National Guard, I believe. There's no difference. Tim Walz was just probably a bad leader. He just likes to lie, because he stood in front of a tank in Tiananmen Square, back in the 80s. And then he said he was a knucklehead when asked to please tell us about lying to the people about it. But this is all I wanted to do. I wanted to just come online because I haven't been on here in a while. You know, I'm trying to get this thing a little bit better. Hopefully it will. Hopefully it will. And yeah, if you will, please just like the page, subscribe to the page, click notification bell, leave comments below. If you think Tim Walz is terrific, tell me why. If he's bad, tell me why. I think he's trash, and that's okay. And I just ask you, we can't blame the politicians no more. Here in the great Commonwealth, in my city, we have a individual, the city council, like many city councils, are having budget shortfalls. And the past mayor was on the news, and he said, "Oh, I'm not really surprised that that happened because we saw it coming. They didn't make any changes." He kicked the can down the road because he knew he wasn't running for re-election. He was able to kick the can. Now the current mayor, the current city council, the current city manager has to deal with things they should have dealt with 2 years ago. But as David Hogg says, it's refreshing to see some goddamn leadership and time to take accountability. No one takes accountability in the government until they get out of office. Ask so many of them, from Democrats to Republican. Former Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, he would push for, health care for all. But then when he was out of power, he tells his people, he tells the reporter, well, if we were to have health care for all, well, guess what? It busts the budget. But while he's in power, he spins up his followers who read the headline. Like, so many people are spun up over Donald Trump, and I get it. He hasn't got my vote, never, and I guess he never will. But the media spins them up. They get so furious, and then now the roosters are coming home because we've told everybody unlimited health, free education, free health care, all that good stuff. But because of the good leadership that David Hogg and so many Democrats want and so many Republicans want, because, well, so let's just finish real quick because I was about to jump to another thought. We can't do that. So so once David Hogg wants this leadership, when people see, what I would love to see in government is when an individual makes a mistake, they are able to say, hey, I made a mistake. We got to course correct. But what happens is the citizens sit here and say, oh, no, 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 no. We can't do that. We can't course correct. Are you insane? We just got to keep running like it is. And it's insanity. And what I was going to say is Doge that's a fine thing. We got to have better. I mean, the budget's going to bust and all that good stuff. But Thomas Massey is the only congressman that is. I wish he was my congressman. He was Doge before Doge was cool. And when he comes out and he says, no, this is a bad bill, everyone goes, no, let's keep doing the Biden bill, which that's all it is. Trump is pushing the Biden bill. So many of when the Democrats are voting against it, it's the Biden bill. There's so many often, here's a bill. And when they're not in power, they vote for it. When they are in power, they vote against it. It all depends on who's in power, because we can't let the Democrats have a win. We can't let the Republicans have a win, because we've got to work together to make sure that independents and third parties like the Libertarian Party, go to lp.org and join while you're just sitting there listening to my soothing sounds. But Yeah, I would like to see a lot of changes. But Tim Walz and the Democrats, they truly, truly hate the working class. And when you celebrate a company because Elon Musk was a Democrat and Donald Trump was a Democrat, Joe Rogan was a Democrat, and you ran them off. Congratulations, Democrats. You are idiots. So until next time, my friends, please go to MaximumLibertarian.com. That's where you can find all the links to go to our Rumble page, Odyssey, YouTube, X, Podbean. Just like us, shares, do the 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on Podbean, like I said. And until next time, my friends, I'm Brian, and we will see you later. Goodbye.